Imagine a world where the earth touches the sky, not with a whisper, but with a shout of granite and gold. Imagine a place where the air is so crisp it tastes like diamonds, and the silence of the snow is louder than the roar of the cities we left behind. Welcome to the roof of Italy. Welcome to the Queen of the Dolomites. This is Cortina d'Ampezzo.
Here, glamour isn't just a word. It is woven into the very fabric of the landscape. As the sun begins its ascent, a phenomenon known as the enrosadira takes hold. Watch closely. The pale limestone peaks do not just reflect the light, they drink it in. For a few fleeting moments, these jagged giants turn a burning shade of pink, then violet, then fiery orange. It is nature's own opening ceremony, performed every single dawn for millions of years. But nestled in the basin of these titans lies a town that mirrors this brilliance. A town of five-star luxury, timeless tradition, and stories hidden in every cobblestone.
To understand the soul of Cortina, we cannot simply look at the luxury boutiques or the Michelin-starred restaurants that line the Corso Italia today. No, to truly understand this place, we must travel back, deep back into the abyss of time. Before there were skis, before there were chalets, before there was even Italy, there was the sea. 250 million years ago, where we stand now, there was no snow. There was a tropical ocean. The Dolomites, these towering cathedrals of rock that surround us, are actually the fossilized remains of ancient coral reefs. They rose from the depths of the primordial Tethys Sea, pushed upward by the violent collision of continents. When you touch the rock face of Mount Cristallo or the Cinque Torri, you are not touching ordinary stone. You are touching the skeletons of a prehistoric world. It is a geology of drama, a landscape born from chaos to create perfection. As the waters receded and the ice ages sculpted the valleys, humans arrived. But these were not conquerors, they were survivors. They were the Ladin people. Long before the Romans marched their legions through these passes, the Ladins settled here, forging a life in isolation. They developed a culture as distinct as the mountains themselves, with their own language, a Romance tongue that still echoes in the valleys today. They didn't fight the mountains, they partnered with them. They created the regole, a system of collective ownership where the pastures and forests belonged to the community, not the individual. It was an early form of sustainability, a pact between man and nature that has preserved this green basin for 1,000 years.
For centuries, Cortina was a quiet crossroads. It was part of the Republic of Venice, supplying the timber that built the great ships of the Venetian navy. Later, it fell under the Austro-Hungarian Empire, absorbing a sense of order and architectural elegance that blends Italian flair with Austrian precision. But the silence of the pastoral life was destined to be broken. The 20th century arrived, and with it, the discovery of leisure.
It began with the British and the German nobility. They came not for gold, but for the air. They sought healing in the high altitude and thrill in the jagged peaks. But the true transformation, the moment Cortina d'Ampezzo shed its rustic skin and donned a crown of diamonds, happened in 1956. The Winter Olympics. This was the turning point. The 1956 Games were the first to be televised to a global audience. Suddenly, the world didn't just hear about the Dolomites, they saw them. They saw the Tony Sailor, the Black Blitz from Kitts, dominate the slopes. They saw the sheer vertical drops of the Olimpia della Tofane run. In that moment, Cortina ceased to be just a village. It became a stage for heroes, for drama, and inevitably for the jet set.
Following the Olympics, Hollywood descended. The snow-covered streets became a living movie set. Roger Moore as James Bond sped down these slopes in For Your Eyes Only. David Niven charmed audiences in The Pink Panther. Cortina became the winter salon of Europe. It was the era of La Dolce Vita on ice. Writers like Hemingway and aristocrats from Rome and Milan flocked here, not just to ski, but to be seen. The town square became an open-air runway, where fur coats and designer boots were the uniform, and an Aperol Spritz was the accessory of choice. Walk with me now into the present day. The echo of the 60s still lingers, but it has evolved into a modern masterpiece of luxury. We are walking down the Corso Italia, the beating heart of Cortina. To your left, a boutique selling watches that cost more than a car. To your right, an artisan bakery that has been baking krapfen, sweet jam-filled donuts, for 3 generations. The smell of roasted chestnuts mixes with expensive perfume. It is an intoxicating blend of the rustic and the refined. This is the pearl of the Dolomites, but don't let the luxury fool you into thinking it is soft. The mountains demand respect. Look up. The Tofane, the Cristallo, the Sorapis. These giants watch over the town like ancient sentinels. For the adventurer, Cortina is a playground of adrenaline. In the winter, the Dolomiti Superski area offers hundreds of kilometers of pristine slopes. The snow here is manicured to perfection, often described by skiers as velvet. And when the snow melts, the adventure changes shape. We see hikers traversing the Via Ferrata, the iron paths. These steel cables and ladders bolted into the rock face are remnants of the First World War, where soldiers fought a bitter white war on these peaks. Today, they are routes for thrill seekers, allowing you to hang off a vertical cliff face thousands of feet above the valley floor, feeling the raw power of the earth beneath your fingertips. It is a hauntingly beautiful reminder that this beauty was once a battlefield, now reclaimed by peace and wonder. But the true luxury of Cortina is not in the adrenaline, nor in the shopping. It is in the pause. It is sitting on the terrace of a refugio, a mountain hut at 2,000 meters. It is holding a glass of Prosecco as the sun dips below the horizon, setting the sky on fire one last time. It is the taste of casunzie, half-moon ravioli filled with beetroot and poppy seeds, a dish that tastes like the earth itself. Here, time slows down. The worries of the digital world fade away, replaced by the rhythm of the mountains. Yet Cortina is not stuck in the past. It is racing toward the future. The eyes of the world are turning this way once again. In 2026, the Winter Olympics will return, shared between Milan and Cortina. The Queen is preparing her throne. New infrastructure, sustainable hotels, and state-of-the-art lifts are rising. But this progress brings a heavy question, one that weighs on every local's heart. We cannot ignore the changing world. The glaciers of the Alps are retreating. The snow, once guaranteed, is now often made by machines. Climate change is the invisible enemy at the gates of this paradise. The challenge for Cortina and for us, the travelers, is how to love this place without destroying it. How do we balance the influx of tourism with the fragility of this UNESCO World Heritage Site? The answer lies in the spirit of the Ladin people we spoke of earlier: stewardship, respect. Sustainable tourism isn't just a buzzword here, it is a necessity for survival. It means choosing eco-friendly travel, respecting the trails, and understanding that we are guests in nature's home. The future of Cortina depends on our ability to protect the Pale Mountains. Cortina d'Ampezzo is more than a destination. It is a feeling. It is the bite of the cold wind and the warmth of the fireplace. It is the silence of the peaks and the laughter of the piazza. It is a place where history, luxury, and nature dance together in a timeless waltz. Whether you come for the gold of the shops or the gold of the sunrise, Cortina leaves a mark on your soul that never fades. The world is vast, and its beauties are endless. But some places, like this one, remind us of how lucky we are to be alive on this planet. We must explore them, cherish them, and protect them. This has been a journey to the heart of the Dolomites. But the journey doesn't end here. There are more mountains to climb, more oceans to cross, and more stories to tell. So, pack your bags, but leave only footprints. Open your eyes and let the world change you. If you want to see the unseen, if you want to travel beyond the map, you know where to go. Join me. Subscribe to Traveler Touhid. Together, let's discover the wonders of our world, one story at a time. I'll see you in the next adventure.